guys. So today, as the title says, it is my May book haul. Because I broke my book buy ban because I got a job. I actually just graduated from training, so yeah, I pre-filmed. Again, I'm going to be pre-filming everything. That's the way I roll now. But I have quite a few books to show you because I broke it at the end of April. Got popcorn, y'all. It's really big. I posted my haul earlier than normal because I was like, I'm not going to buy anything else now. First, as it also says, I am doing an unboxing. We're going to go backwards. Basically, it's kind of organized backwards. So we'll start with this, which is the last thing that I got, and then I'm just going to go through by stack. Oh, there we go. Good enough. It is Halt's Peril, Book 9 of Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. New from Book Outlet on Mother's Day. They had a book sale, and this is technically the last thing, or one of the last things that I bought. No, it is this last thing that I bought. I haven't spent any money, but I'm going to go to the library sale. Oh, I got a bookmark from them, too. Oh, I got $5 off of Books Outlet. I got $5! I can buy something else. Ooh, this is so pretty. I haven't seen it since the library. Oh, look at that gorgeous green. Oh, that's my favorite color. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just love it. I am so happy. Oh, I only have 2 more Ranger's Apprentice books to buy, 2 more Brother Band books to buy, and then I'll have the whole series. So this purchase, I told you about it in my April book haul. Raven placed these orders for me, and I paid her back at the next sale. And she's paying me back the rest of that for ComiCon. Yeah, weird. But she got me the entire Wicked Lovely series in hardback and first edition. Some of them she knew were her first edition. All 4 of them are first edition. They're so pretty. So I have Wicked Lovely, Fragile Eternity, Radiant Shadows, and Darkest Mercy. All in hardback, first edition. I'm going to get them signed. I am keeping my Wicked Lovely and Fragile Eternity paperbacks because they have bonus features that aren't in the hardbacks. This has stuff in it, and then Fragile Eternity has a short story that's only in another book. So happy I have those! I don't think I showed this in April, but I got Attack of the Clones by Patricia C. Reed. This is the only Star Wars movie junior novelization I don't have other than Clone Wars. I'm not sure I want Clone Wars. I haven't had this. I also repurchased Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. I got the other one at the library sale. This was at a Goodwill bookstore. I didn't know that bookstore existed. I walked in and I immediately saw it and yanked it off the shelf. It was the only purchase I made. It was $2 for a hardback. Hallelujah. And it's in really great shape. The main reason I repurchased it was because the spine was bent, which meant it was weakened, which meant it was failing. I don't think I haven't seen any like stains on this, whereas I found some in the library one, so happy to find that. The next grouping is from Raven. These are just stacked by size. So these were free. Raven repurchased quite a few books, like a crap ton. They got things wrong, or she was just getting rid of them, and she allowed me to just go through the piles of boxes. First, from Janet Ivanovich, I got 3 to Get Deadly and High Five, books 3 and 5 of her Stephanie Plum series. I have number 1. I saw the movie for it. From Mercedes Lackey in her Valdemar universe, I have books 1 and 2 in the Mage Wars Quartet by Mercedes Lackey and Larry Dixon, the Black Griffin and the White Griffin. This is the first book chronologically in Valdemar. Me and Raven are planning, maybe together, to read all of the Mercedes Lackey Valdemar books in chronological order. Not publication order, though you can do that. You can do it pretty randomly. I started with the first book she ever wrote, didn't finish that trilogy, moved on to Exiles, Honor, Valor, and Take a Thief, which I loved. And I kind of bounced around since, but I'm thinking of just reading the whole thing, or almost the whole thing. I'm going to skip a few books. So these I need. Also got Storm Warning, book 1 of the Mage Storms, just by Mercedes Lackey. This is the only book that doesn't follow a herald or a herald-like character. She is a scribe. Paperback First Writer's Call by Kristen Britton. This is the book that I'm on in the Green Riders series. I have books 1 and 3, finally have book 2, so I can continue on with it eventually. And I'm so happy to have this. And when she said this, she was really frustrated to get it because it's not what she ordered. She ordered Ranger's Apprentice, The Ruins of Gorland in hardback. And instead they sent her something that is illegal to sell. It is an ARC of book 1. It is a World Night Special Edition, and it says right here, not for resale. Right there, right there, right there. I don't know what World Book Night is. I'm gonna have to look into it because if they're giving away awesome things like this, I want to know. I want in on this. I'm very happy to have that because I love John Flanagan. I've read everything of his. He's one of my favorite authors. I love this book. I love this series. Although I will say the later books get better and better. They are very predictable. Don't read the back. Go in blind. Trust it. You'll like it. Then this is a book that I finally read, other than the ARC. It is Harriet the Spy by Louis Fitzhugh. I read this back when the movie came out in the 90s, starring Rosie O'Donnell. I built a spy kit because I was like 9, and I wanted to be a spy like Harriet the Spy. I wanted one of those notebooks. I really loved this as a kid, and then I've mentioned this before, I got rid of every book that I owned, except for a few. And the few that I didn't get rid of is because my mother took them all. She wouldn't let me sell some. And I'm glad I've taken them all back. I also want to get a hold of a copy of Matilda by Roald Dahl. I read them both back to back. The last book from Raven, I've actually already shown in a video. I've had it behind me in my last video, which is linked down in the doobly-doo. It is my top 10 YA books. It's Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, book 2 of the Hunger Games series. This last stack is from my April Friends of the Library book sale. I had extra $10. I had just gotten confirmed that I got my job. I decided to go ahead and do it, just buy some books. I was actually really, really good. I didn't even fill up a whole bag. I got half a bag, technically. $5 worth of books. So this is what I got. The first book I saw is Wolfheart by Richard A. Knack, a World of Warcraft novel. I like the ideas and stories of World of Warcraft. Not all of them, but I want to continue. I have already The Shattering by Christy Golden. Christy Golden and Richard A. Knack are my favorite of the World of Warcraft novelists that I've read so far. So I saw this. Why not? This book I already started. I love the movie, own it, loved it as a kid apparently, because of the childlike Empress. And when I was like 3, I was obsessed with her. I don't remember this, but I was. It's The Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende, translated by Ralph Manheim. I don't know. This looks like it's the exact same copy that I read when I got it from the library. Had trouble getting into it, and I thought if I ever find it for super cheap, I'll get it. This is another book I've already read. It is Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World Volume 6 by Kazuki Takahashi. Millennium World is so much better than the anime. I was so excited when the anime season 3 or 4 was coming out and was like, oh, this is going to be so good. And I was like, because I've read Millennium World where we find out Yami Yugi's name and who he was. And was he an Egyptian pharaoh or what? Why was he stuck in the Millennium Puzzle and stuff? I read it in Shonen Jump, so I technically have it. Oh, it's starting to fall off, the cover is. I decided to go ahead and start collecting that I have in Shonen Jump, such as Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium World, Bleach, One Piece, Naruto. And I finally have this book. I finally have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It is falling apart like all the other Jane Austen books I have, except for Sense and Sensibility. This is going to be the first one that I'm going to read. I'm so excited to get my hands on it. I have seen a slightly better copy, but it had food on it. So I would rather have ripped up and damaged spine than food on my books. I will be purchasing a nicer set of Jane Austen's books. I'm looking at either the Barnes & Noble bind-up edition, or there's this gorgeous gold box set that I may have to get. Another book that I've read is The Shattering by Catherine Lasky, Guardians of Ga'Hoole, Volume 5. Enjoyed it enough to continue the series. I do want a better copy of this, and number 12. And then this was kind of funky. Me and Megan kind of split up the Pokemon manga, and we both got some Pokemon Black and White by Hidenori Kusaka and Satoshi Yamamoto. So I have volumes 8 and 14, and I think she has like 3 and 18 or something. We have really, it's really weird how we scattered it up, but Yeah. I already showed this one in my last video, but it is Melting Stones by Tamara Pierce. This is the second book in her Circle Reforged book in her Emmeline universe. I really, really love the Emmeline universe. I love the Circle Reforged, and it's the only one that I haven't read, so I need to get on this. And I had it in paperback in similar quality, which is mostly good. Not the greatest, but better than nothing, and better than these or the other 3 or 4 books I've shown. This book, I'm really sad about the quality. I have read book 1 in this. It is Champion by Mary Lou, book 3 in her Legends series. This is sitting on my shelf ready to go whenever I get done with Prodigy. This next book I really need to repurchase. It's in pretty bad shape. It is House of Hades by Rick Riordan, another library copy, another copy I need to replace. Not because of the spine this time. Look at the pages. When I realized that, it just pissed me off, and I'm like, I need a new copy. These last 2 books in this portion of the haul are actually in great shape. I finally got some more Disney Storytime Treasures Library. I got number 4, which is Beauty and the Beast, The Perfect Party by Ronald Kidd. I've read it. It's very cute, very fun. I want the rest of these. I thought about selling the Pal Patrol and Not So Fast, but Megan talked me out of it. These are hard to find because they're out of print. And I'm glad she did, because I found number 4 right after that. And the very last book I am so happy to have. It is The Prince of Egypt by Jan Yolen. This is the special edition, the collector's edition, something like that. I love The Prince of Egypt. It's a Jewish story. It's the story of Moses. It was done by DreamWorks. If you haven't seen the movie, y'all need to. It is really, really beautiful and really well done. The music is phenomenal, and they quote some of the songs, and I read this on Sunday after my parents didn't wake me up in time for church. So I didn't go. But I really, really liked this. It really kind of brought the spirit in, and it was just really sweet. Okay, that is everything in this portion of the haul. I'm getting more because Lauren needs help. I may only be able to do my hardbacks. This is so big. So let's do 2 stacks. Because I'm cray like that. I'm not done. This isn't everything on part 1. I have a book buying problem, y'all. Oh, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. And things are falling, things are falling, things are falling. On to the next portion. Alright, on to the next part. I already filmed this once. I didn't know how to work my camera very well. I didn't know when it turned off and how to check where it was so I could continue onward, so I missed a huge chunk. But out of no particular order. These were at the library sale, so I thought about it. It's The Unbecoming and Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This is on my to-read pile. They were like 30 cents. Why not? Finally got Winds of Fate by Mercedes Lackey. I have books 2 and 3. Have had 2 versions of books 2 and 3. And then I saw this. It is falling apart, and like the spine is cracked and stuff, and it's just, it's terrible. I need to fix it, but I'm out of bookbinding glue. I also picked up the novel adaptation of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. This is by Dean Weasley Smith. It was there. It was cheap. It's sitting in my closet until I read it. If I don't like it, I can just sell it again. Big whoop. I don't remember which one. Pokemon Black and White by Hidenori Kusaka and Satoshi Yamamoto. I already showed you, so I now have 8, 14, 15, and 17. I saw quite a bit of these at ComiCon, but decided to pick up other things that I already filmed. And I picked up a hardback copy of The Selection by Kira Cass, getting rid of my paperback, so this is just a rebuy. I need to read that. I picked up The Enchanter Heir by Cinda Williams Kaima. Actually, Raven got this. Megan found something that Raven would want, so I traded her that for this. Sort of, really. It's like, I wouldn't want that. Raven hasn't read a word of this series, so why would she get it? I already started it. I need to finish reading it, though. I finally got a hardback of The Last Night by Hilary Bell. Still not in the greatest quality, so if I see it new, I might purchase it for a 3rd time. However, again, 30 cents. I love this book. Favorite YA series ever. I will link that down below. I loved it. Oh, so glad I have it in hardback. Found out about this when I saw it. Tron Betrayal, an original graphic novel prequel to Tron Legacy by Jai Nitz. Plot by Starlight Runner Entertainment. Art by Jeff Matsuda and Addie Tong. Color by Pete Patsies. Lettering by John J. Hill. And cover art is by Jock. I'm really excited to read this. I saw it and went, oh! I've already read this and I'm so glad I have it. It's The Promise Part 3, Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is by Jean Lewin Yang, along with various others who assisted him, but he was the main comic artist who took the story and brought it to the page. Oh, I love this. The first of the Avatar comic
trilogies. They have 3 or 4 out now, and they also have another bind-up edition. I own the first ones of all of the different trilogies, as well as the big bind-up of the Lost Scrolls or something. This is part 3. I need to get the rest. I bought for the 3rd time technically, but I removed the other one out of this haul. The Host by Stephanie Meyer. It has a dust jacket, and it's hardcover, and it's in really, really, really good condition. This was not a library edition. I'd removed the price sticker from it being at like Barnes & Noble or Bookman's or something. I'm about to go to bed, and I realized I have to film a few things, so I'm in my pajamas. I hope y'all don't mind, but Star Wars Rebels Rebellion Begins. This is by Disney. Doesn't put their name on the books. Simon Kinberg, adapted by Michael Kage. This was a book that I got at the library sale, hence why it's all beat up. It's the only book I missed. Good job, Laura. Anywho, and then the last thing that I remember buying, I hope I'm not missing anything, is this hardcover of The Bourne Betrayal by Eric Lustbader, based on Robert Ludlum's original Bourne trilogy. This is number 5. I had this, it was in large print, so it was this big. So I shrank it in almost half. It's enough. I needed to shrink it. So finally have it. Alright, that's everything that I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was a beast. That's why I tried to make this part short. Good luck with your reading and your book buying. I hope you are able to find some really cool things. My library sales are over until the fall. And yes, I will be going back. And yes, my books just fell. I am surrounded by a sea of books because I filmed another video. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Well, I'm kind of far away. So me and Peach is saying bye! Nope, don't say that, then you'll steal the code. I'm trying to open something with my job. I dictate for those that are hard of hearing. So my voice, I need to liquefy my voice all the time. And others, there's a random hair. He's been sitting on my floor for a while. I've been so stressed with training, I did not want to film earlier, so they've been sitting here for a while. Because they have sponist feet that I just don't want to read because they're depressing as hell. And I love them all. So, this hit with my face. I don't care about my makeup, I care that I got makeup on my book. All of these books have a spot on my shelves, in case you notice. There's like holes. It's because these books have been sitting here waiting for me to film. We're making this video longer. This is the technically second, but chronologically, well, it's second. It is a Christian story. It's not a Christian story. Hey guys! So today, as the title says, what am I doing now? Is this hardcover